let's talk about some keys to victory. Listen, tomorrow we play the Cleveland Brownies. And a win in this game will be the first time we beat Cleveland in 7 years. Will be the first time we beat Cleveland with Joe Burrow. Be a very, very important game outside of the obvious, which is, we need to win for our season. Very important game for the Bengals in general, okay? Nick Chubb is making a return for this game. Outside of that, the Brownies look absolutely atrocious. They lost Amari Cooper. They still have a very good defense. And they're a scary team because it's an AFC North matchup. And whenever you play the AFC North, you always gotta, hold your breath and pray that, your team comes out successfully, okay? And yes, it's known we're not the best against AFC North teams. It's just a fact of life, okay? With that being said, a couple things I will say going into this game. First key to victory. On defense, you got to shut down Nick Chubb, okay? Nick Chubb is really the only guy looking at this Browns offense that is scary. He's the only guy that's kind of questionably scary here. He will be on a limited snap count for this game. He's not going to get a full snap count. But with that being said, it's Nick Chubb. Arguably one of the best running backs in the league for a reason. And you can't let him take this game away. He will take this game away if you let him. So that's number one. You got to shut down Nick Chubb. Ironically enough, when we played the Ravens earlier this year, our mentality was stack the box, shut down Derrick Henry every play, and make Lamar Jackson beat you. Now, ironically enough, Lamar Jackson can still throw the ball pretty well. So that didn't work out too well because Lamar Jackson put up, 4 touchdowns. Now, Deshaun Watson is not a guy who I think can put up 4 touchdowns in any game this season at least. And he's having a horrific season. So, shut down Nick Chubb, stack the box, do what you did against Baltimore in the aspect of committing to shutting down the run. Their running backs are hurt outside of Nick Chubb. Make sure you keep that mentality going. That's 1A, okay? I'm putting a 1A, 1B type scenario here because I think the 1B is very important here. And 1B is do not hurt Deshaun Watson. Whatever you do, if you're about to sack Deshaun Watson, pull your body weight off. And I'm not saying because of injury. I'm saying we need this man out there. We need Deshaun Watson to play this whole entire game. Okay? If he's running out of bounds, let him run out of bounds. Don't hit him after the play. Don't smash him. Don't do anything. If you have to, bring a pillow with you when you sack him, put it underneath of his head. We are not going to risk concussions. Jameis Winston, if he played this game and he took over, he would open up this offense 500 times for the Brownies. He would completely take over this offense. Jameis Winston, while he's kind of like Brett Favre, he's a gunslinger. He'll throw it all over the field, and halftime it might get intercepted. There's also a lot of times where it won't get intercepted, and he will throw good passes. And he's also mobile, and he has a lot of good things about him. And while, yes, I don't think he's the best quarterback of all time, Jameis Winston deserves the credit that he gets because he is still a very good quarterback. All right, so with that being said, I don't want Jameis Winston playing this game. If Jameis Winston gets in this game, the chance of us losing goes up 100 times. So we cannot afford to let Jameis Winston go in this game. So if I know as a person, Deshaun Watson is an absolute scumbag human being, but we have to keep our aggressions in check this game, and we cannot let him get hurt. He is our key to victory because him being out there and us shutting down Nick Chubb and not letting Nick Chubb become a problem is the best way we can win this game on defense. Okay? That's number one. Little long, number one. But number two. Let's talk about it. Number two is going to be protecting number 9. Myles Garrett is truly the guy that can take away this game. And what we saw in KC where there was a fumble for 6, the sad part is Myles Garrett in this game could score more touchdowns than Deshaun Watson. And because of that, we have to make sure on offense we don't give up touchdowns. And I know that sounds very easy and kind of, very self-explanatory, but it's not, because at the same time, you're playing one of the best pass rushers in the league. And you're going to have to deal with the consequences of that. So whatever you have to do, maybe that is put in Zach Moss every single play to go to wherever Myles Garrett's side is and help the offensive line there to protect against him. We have to make sure, not only for injury purposes, but for taking the ball away and potentially getting a touchdown themselves through the act of Myles Garrett. So shutting down Myles Garrett is our number 2 key to victory for this game. You can't afford to have him change this game. He will. 100% he will change this game. And if that means getting the ball out quicker, short, simple passes, again, really what it comes down to is the Browns offense, I don't believe is competent enough in order to beat our defense. But what I do believe is that the Browns defense is competent enough to score touchdowns. So shutting down Myles Garrett. And our third and final key to victory for this upcoming game is going to be, let's not make too many possessions happen for this type of game, right? At the end of the day, the Browns are probably going 3 and out, right? That's just a fact of the matter is. They're probably going 3 and out every single drive if we shut down Nick Chubb. If that's the case, we need to have long drives, limited amount of possessions, and wear down their defense. If we can wear down their defense, tire out their defense, and get to a point where their defense just feels gassed every single play, we can truly take advantage of this defense and we can win this game, right? And that's really what it comes down to. You have to destroy this defense. Their offense is already going to self-destruct, and as long as Deshaun Watson's in there, they're going to self-destruct pretty well. Defensively, we need to take out their defense. We need to tire out their defense to a point where they're doing constant rotation. Their guys are tired. They don't want to play. They don't want to go against us. They just want the game to be over with, right? That's number 3. Again, so reiterate. Number 1, baby Deshaun Watson. We do not need Jameis Winston. Number 2, stop Myles Garrett. Number 1A, Nick Chubb. Shut down Nick Chubb. And number 3, limit the possessions by tiring out their defense and destroy their defense in general. We need to leave this game with their defense wanting Deshaun Watson on the chopping block. If we can leave this game with them wanting Deshaun Watson on the chopping block, we win this game not from just a football game. We win from a mentality type aspect, and then that's the greatest win of all time. Guys, tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. Again, just my cup of tea. See you guys next one. Hoo day.